This is Liz, a creation of Hypneuron. You should only listen to this if you wish to experience hypnosis. This recording will introduce you to hypnosis and help you to experience hypnotic sensations. You should be alone in your room as you listen so that you can focus, and you should lay back in a comfortable position as you listen. Please close your eyes and we will begin. Take a deep breath in, now, and let it out, now, and as I count up from 1 to 3, please take a longer, deeper breath in, and as I count back down from 3 to 1, slowly let it out. Breathe in now with 1, 2, 3, and breathe out with 3, 2, 1. Now, we will begin the first exercise in hypnosis. Please extend your right arm. Place it straight out in the air in front of you, right now, as straight as a steel rod. And tightly clench your fist. In a moment you'll hear a tone. This sound will cause that straight arm to lock in place and become stiffer than steel. After the tone plays for a count of 5 seconds, your arm will be fully rigid and locked in place. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and your arm is totally stiff like steel. It will not bend at all. Try as hard as you can. You will not bend it. The muscles in that stiff arm are completely locked in place, and in a moment the tone will play again, and this time, after the tone plays for 5 seconds, your eyes will become locked, tightly closed, as if they are glued shut, just completely stuck. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and eyes locked shut. Now, try to open your eyes, but they are stuck tightly closed. It does not matter how much you try to open them. Now with your eyes closed, and your arm locked in place, I would like you to imagine that there is an invisible spot on your forehead, a small mark right in the center. Now I'd like you to try to focus your vision on that spot with your eyes closed, as if you can see through that dark space there. As I count up from 1 to 10, you must concentrate on staring directly at that spot on your forehead, and when I reach 10, there will be the sound of a bell. The bell will release your locked eyes and they will be completely relaxed, too relaxed to open. The bell will also release your locked arm, and it will fall down loosely by your side, and you will notice that the muscles throughout your right arm have become incredibly relaxed. So relaxed that the muscles cannot be moved at all. So, concentrate on staring directly at the spot on your forehead, as I count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And release, and your arm drops down, totally relaxed, and your eyes can relax deeply. The body is beginning to relax deeply, and you are ready for the second exercise in hypnosis. Now I'd like you to imagine that there is a rope hanging down out of the darkness above you, and wrapping tightly around your right wrist. In a moment, I will start to pull lightly on the rope and you will feel the rope pull lightly on your right wrist. Now, I have pulled the rope taut, and I would like you to signal to me that you are ready for me to start pulling harder, by just lifting your wrist up in the air a very little bit. Once you lift that wrist up in the air, just that tiny little bit, I will know that you are ready for me to start pulling on the rope, harder and harder. So if you are ready for me to start pulling your right wrist up, just lift your wrist up a little ways right now. And you can feel me pulling up on that rope now, just lightly, and the right arm is so relaxed, As the pull of the rope on the wrist becomes stronger, your right wrist is lifting higher into the air. And I'll count up from 1 to 5, as I pull the right arm up, twice as strongly with each number. And 1, pulling harder and harder, 2, lifting higher and higher, 3, pulling quite strongly now, 4, and now 5. Now in a moment, I would like you to try to pull your wrist down against the pull of the rope. I have a firm grip on the rope, and I will not let you pull your wrist down, but I would like you to try to pull your wrist down as hard as you can. I will keep pulling your wrist up, and you will find that the muscles in your right arm quickly become exhausted from the effort. Now, start trying to pull your arm down, as I count up from 1, and when I say the word, drop, I will release the rope, and your arm will drop by your side. Try to double your effort to pull down with each number, and you will find that I can keep pulling your arm up, no matter how much you try to pull it down. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Drop. Now, the muscles in your arm are completely relaxed, and I will show you just how deeply relaxed your muscles have become. In a moment, I will ask you to try to lift your right arm, but the muscles are so relaxed you will not be able to move them at all. The muscles are simply too exhausted to respond. Try now to lift your right arm, and notice that the muscles simply do not respond, even a little bit. In a moment, I will play the locking tone for 3 seconds, and your right arm will be frozen in place, totally unable to move. Now, 1, 2, 3, and your right arm is completely still. And now, I'll play the locking tone again, and you'll find that your left arm is also too relaxed to move. Now, 1, 2, 3, and your left arm is deeply relaxed. Now try to lift your left arm, and you'll find that it feels incredibly heavy, and you cannot move it at all. And now, when the tone plays again, your left leg will become totally relaxed. Now, 1, 2, 3. And now try to lift your left leg, and find that you cannot. And now listen to the tone again, and your right leg will be deeply relaxed. Now, 1, 2, 3. And finally try to lift your right leg, and find it so heavy that there is no way to move it. And now in a moment, I will ask you to open your eyes, but your arms and your legs will remain locked until you hear the release bell. Open your eyes now, and try to lift your right leg, and find it so heavy, and your right arm, and it's so deeply relaxed, and now your left arm, and your left leg, and they're just too incredibly heavy. Keep trying to lift your left leg, and try your left arm again, and your right arm, and your right leg, and you still cannot lift them, no matter how much you work at it, until you hear the release bell. Thank you for letting yourself experience hypnosis, and I ask you to please provide feedback on this experience with Hypneuron. Your feedback improves Hypneuron and helps us to provide more powerful hypnotic experiences.